Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to do another game from our 1977 Red Sox replay. This is going to be game number 10 of the season. Game number 3 of 4 games with the Detroit Tigers. The Red Sox have taken the first 2 in the replay to improve to 5 and 4. Red Sox hoping to get another victory today, win the series. In actuality, they lost this game 3-2. So right now, they're 2 games ahead of their win total so far. So hopefully they'll can get another victory here and get 3 wins ahead. I think that's right. Yeah, 5, 6. Maybe not. Maybe they're only 1 game ahead. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's take a look here and see what we have. We have Rhule against Tiant. So without further ado, we'll get underway.
Welcome to the stadium for today's ball game.
Alright, so the Red Sox find themselves in second place behind Baltimore. I think 2 games out, if I remember right. So let's take a look at the the Detroit lineup here at Fenway behind Tiant. Tiant comes in with a 12-8 record. A 12-8 record on the actual season, with a 4.53 earned run average, 189 innings pitched, 210 hits allowed, 51 walks, 124 strikeouts, and has allowed 26 homers. So far in the replay, he's got a 1-0 record with a 3.68 earned run average, 7 innings pitched, 8 hits allowed, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. So the lineup for the Detroit Tigers is going to be Mickey Stanley leading it off in center field. Tito Fuentes is your second baseman, hitting second. Legrand Orange, Rusty Staub is DHing, batting third. Cleanup hitter is Ben Ogilvy, the right fielder. Jason Thompson hitting fifth, the first baseman. The left fielder, Steve Kemp, will hit sixth. Milt May is behind the plate, hitting seventh. Tom Verizor is the shortstop, batting eighth. And Aurelio Rodriguez will bat ninth and play third. So the Red Sox defense behind Tiant is pretty standard. It's going to be Yastrzemski in left, Miller in center, Evans in right. All excellent range there with a 1 range for all 3 of them. With Evans the best arm and a -5. All of them have minus arms in the outfield. Evans with the best in right, which is where you want it. The infield, left to right, is Hobson, Burleson, Doyle, and Scott. And behind the plate, Carlin Fisk. So Tiant on the hill has a 3 range with a +1 hold rating, and very short-handed, and did not commit any errors fielding his position. So it's an average night here at Fenway Park. If you can see the stats for in the lower right-hand corner here. So Mickey Stanley steps to the plate. Stanley comes in hitting, well, he's only had 2 at-bats, 2 for 2 on the season. 2 runs batted and getting a start in the left tonight. So Tiant looks in for the sign here, so wind up in the pitch. And he'll remain perfect on the season, 3 for 3 now with a base hit. So Stanley will be held on by Scott. Corners are going to play in for Tito Fuentes. Fuentes hitting .347 with 3 runs batted in so far. And it's like he's going to drop a sacrifice bunt. And Hobson is going to throw the ball away. So that'll put runners on first and second with nobody out. So Rusty Staub up. Rusty Staub off to a good start, hitting .380 with a homer and 6 runs batted in. 2 doubles and a triple. Here's the windup in the pitch. Defense playing back for 2. Oh, and that's going to be a base hit up the middle. They'll hold Stanley at third with nobody out, and that's going to load the bases with nobody out. So the Red Sox in early trouble here. Red Sox will play back for 2, willing to concede the run. It'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Ben Ogilvy. Ogilvy struggling so far in the season. He just 104 in 48 at-bats with 4 runs batted in. Tiant looks in for the sign. Here's the windup in the pitch. Ground ball to first. This could be 2. Scott over the second and 1. Back to first. Double play. As Stanley comes home for the first run. But the Red Sox willing to trade that 1 run for the 2 outs. So Fuentes at third now for Jason Thompson. Thompson hitting just .159 with a homer and 5 runs batted in. Tiant looking to get out of this with just 1 run. Scored against him. And he'll line out to Scott. And that'll do it. So Tiant lucky to get out of that with only 1 run scored against him. So Detroit 1, Boston coming up. Vern Rhule on the hill for the Tigers. Vern Rhule 1-1 on the season with a 7.84 earned run average. 10 hits allowed, 10 innings pitched, 17 hits allowed, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. For the actual season, he was 3-5 with a 5.70 earned run average. So the Red Sox lineup against Rhule is going to be Burleson, the shortstop, leading it off. Pretty standard lineup here. Denny Doyle, the second baseman, hits second. Jim Rice, the DH, bats third. Kai Yastrzemski in left, bats cleanup. George the Boomer Scott hitting 5th, playing first. Behind the plate, Carlton Fisk hitting 6th. Evans in right hitting 7th. Hobson, the third baseman, batting 8th. And Rick Miller rounds it out, the center fielder, hitting 9th. So the defense behind Rhule is going to be Kemp in left, Stanley in center, Ogilvy in right. Not much range in left and right. With fairly weak arms. Stanley with a 2 rating at center and center. So the defense left to right is going to be Rodriguez, Verizon, Fuentes, and Thompson. Rodriguez, the best defender, at third with a 1 range. Fuentes and Thompson on the right side with 4 range. Behind the plate, Milt May with a 3 range and a -1 arm. On the hill, Rhule has a 3 range with a -1 hold rating. So Burleson steps into the box, hitting .268 with 2 runs batted in. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball to Fuentes at short. Over to Thompson for out number 1. So Denny Doyle up to the plate now. Denny Doyle after a good start, hitting .344 with 2 runs batted in, 2 doubles, 2 triples, and 32 at-bats. Here's the windup in the pitch off the 4 column. And Doyle will get the first hit for the Red Sox. So 1 out base runner being held on by Thompson. Rice up to the plate now. Rice hitting .316 with 3 homers and 9 runs batted in. Also has 4 doubles and 2 triples. So all in all, 9 extra base hits in just 38 at-bats. There's the windup in the pitch. That's going to be off his wheelhouse column here. And he will take a call, 3rd strike. So 2 down now for the captain, Kai Yastrzemski, starting showing signs of coming out of his slump. Still hitting just .143 with 4 runs batted in. And it's off the 2 column for Yastrzemski. And Yastrzemski will get a hold of one here. That's going to be extra bases. Doyle rounds 3rd. And he will be sent home. He's waved home. And I'm going to hold the trailing runner. And Doyle is out at home. So the Red Sox try to get the tying run home, and Doyle is thrown out by a great play by Stanley in center there. So 1-0 after 1. So it'll be Kemp, May, and Verizor against Tiant. Kemp comes in hitting .238 with 3 runs batted in. Wind up in the pitch. And it's going to be a called third strike. So Tiant will get his first strikeout of the day. Milt May, the lefty, up to the plate now. Milt May hitting .314, 2 homers and 5 runs batted in 35 at-bats. Ooh, and that's going to be off the 1 column. And that's going to be a base hit to left. So runner at first with 1 down. May will be held on by Scott, though he's not a threat to steal with only an 8 base running rating. So it'll bring up Tom Verizor. Verizor hitting just .182 on the season. In 22 at-bats, hit just .197 for the actual season. So Tiant looks in for the sign. Red Sox looking to turn 2 here and get out of the inning. Off the 5 column. And that's going to be a base hit. That's going to be between Doyle and Burleson. May will hold that second. For first and second for Rodriguez. Rodriguez with a chance to add to the Detroit lead here. He comes in hitting .319 with 12 runs batted in. Here's the windup in the pitch. And he'll draw the walk. So Tiant, a little wild, walks his first batter. He's already allowed 4 hits and 1 in a third inning. So bases are loaded once again for Mickey Stanley. 1 for 1 with a run scored. Here's the windup in the pitch. Oh, and that doesn't hit the right thing there. That's going to be over the head of Miller. That's going to go to the wall. It's going to score at least 2. And Rodriguez will hold that third, so 2 more runs knocked in. And Tiant on the ropes now, allowing 3 runs. 2 runners in scoring position for Fuentes. Still only 1 down. Fuentes, I believe, walked his first time. Did he walk? Don't know what he did the first time up. Anyway, I think he might have walked the first time up. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that's going to be hit to Doyle. Soft liner. Runners will hold. So Rusty Staub 1 for 1 on the day. 5 column. Oh, and Staub's going to get a hold of one there. A mistake pitch. And that's going to be a 3-run blast. And Tiant is going to be down 6-0. So Tiant struggling early on here. Fenway fans silent as Detroit now leads 6-0. Oof, man. Ben Ogilvy 0 for 1. So once again, Red Sox starting pitching getting hit hard early on. That's going to be the one. Oh, man. Lots of Ks in that column, but Tiant does not find it. And that's another base hit. So Jason Thompson 0 for 1 stirring in the Red Sox pen. Oh, and that's going to be off the 1 column. Thankfully that hits a double play, though. Scott is going to go over to second for 1, back to first. 3-6-3 double play. But damage done as the Detroit Tigers put up a 5 spot and lead at 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. So Red Sox with some work to do, down by 6. It'll be Scott, Fisk, and Evans. Rhule with now a 6-run lead. Scott starting off the season well, hitting .395, 3 homers, 8 runs batted in. Here's the windup in the pitch. And swinging strikeout. So Rhule with his second K of the day. That'll bring up Fisk. Fisk hitting .457 with a homer and 5 runs batted in. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. Verizor up with it. Over to Thompson. 5-3 on the putout. 2 up and 2 down in the Boston second. That'll bring up Dwight Evans. Evans also off to a good start, hitting .314. 4 homers, 11 runs batted in. It'll be up to 6 column. That'll be a ground ball to third. Rodriguez over to first, and the Red Sox go in order in the second. So after 2 full, Tigers shutting out the Red Sox 6-0. Tiant back on the hill. Kemp, May, and Verizon. Kemp hitting 0 for 1 on the day. 6 column. It's going to be a ground ball to short. Burleson with a 2 range. He'll get to it. Fires over to Scott for out number 1. So 1 down from Milt May. 1 for 1 with a run scored. It's a pitch by Tiant off the 2 column. Ground ball to first. Scott has it. Takes to the bag himself, so 2 up and 2 down in Detroit third. Tiant needing a shutdown inning to give the Red Sox a chance to get back in this game. Tom Verizon 1 for 1 with a run scored. Tigers with 7 hits already today. Off the 5 column. Oh, and Verizon's going to get a hold of one here. But Verizon, being a weak hitter, is just going to shoot it past Burleson. So a 2-out base runner. Rodriguez walked and scored his first time up. Verizon being held on by Scott. Here's the windup in the pitch. 6 column. Man, and Detroit seems to find those bad splits there. That's going to go over the head of Miller. And we're going to throw for the lead runner. I'll let the ball fly through. And Verizon's going to be out at home. Credit a double to Verizon, but it keeps it a 6-run game. Aggressive base running by Detroit, but comes up empty. So we head to the bottom of the third with the Red Sox still trailing 6-0. Hobson, Miller, and top of the order Burleson will face Rhule here in the third. Hobson, 278 hitter on the season. 4 homers, 12 runs batted in. Off the 4 column. And that's going to be a fly ball to left. And Kemp's under it and makes the catch. So the late hitting Rick Miller up there now, known for his defense. Hitting just 105 on the season. With 1 run batted in. Hit 254 in the actual season. So here's the windup in the pitch. 5 column. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle. So Miller with his first hit of the day. And his first at-bat. So the Red Sox have a 1 on and 1 out. Thompson holding on Miller. Burleson to the plate, 0 for 1 for the day. Windup in the pitch. 6 column. Oh, and it just misses. As Kemp is able to trot in and make the catch for out number 2. So let's take a look at some scores from around the league. The Athletics lead the Brewers 2-1. Minnesota beating Kansas City 5-1. The Angels over the White Sox 1-0. Yankees blanking Toronto 3-0. Baltimore ahead of Cleveland 1-0. Texans, Seattle are scoreless. All right, so 2 outs now. The runner on first for Denny Doyle singled his first time up. Off the 2 column. And that's going to be a pop up to first. Thompson calls for it and makes the catch. And that'll do it for the Red Sox. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base. And we head to the 4th. Red Sox trailing 6-0. Mickey Stanley, 2 for 2 with a double. Tiant back out there for his 4th inning of work. Here's the windup in the pitch off the 2 column. And he'll pop it up to Doyle. Doyle will call for it. And make the catch. The first out of the 4th. So Tiant up to 70 pitches already. Fuentes up to the plate now, 0 for 1. Wow. And that's going to be a base hit past Scott. Legrand Orange up to the plate now with 1 on and 1 out. Staub having a good day, 2 for 2 with a homer. And that's going to be a ground ball to Scott at first. Shots to the bag as Fuentes moves into scoring position with 2 down now. So Ogilvy 1 for 2 up to the plate now. 4 column. It's a ground ball back to Tiant. Oh my goodness. And that's going to be a base hit, an infield hit. As Tiant unable to get to it. Oh no. What's on here? Yeah. Oh, Ogilvy beats it out. That is that he was out. Ogilvy beats it out as that'll put runners at the corners now with 2 down. Thompson 0 for 2 up to the plate now. Oh. Could not be good. We need an 8 roll here. 8 or 12. And we get the 8, thankfully. Woo! So Tiant dances out of this one. Wow. Tiant like a magician that inning. Able to avoid further damage, and it remains 6-0. As we head to the home half of the 4th. Rice, Yastrzemski, and Scott, heart of the order for the Red Sox. Rice 0 for 1 on the day. Rhule looks in for the sign. He has to wind up in the pitch. And he's going to line out to Rodriguez for out number 1. That'll be Yastrzemski, who doubled his first time up. 5 column. And Yastrzemski does not get the luck. 1 to 19 would have been a base hit. Instead, he rolls a 20 on the split roll. And he's retired for out number 2. So 2 outs, base is empty for George Scott, 0 for 1. 3 column. And Scott will strike out looking once again. So Red Sox managing only 3 hits so far. Fans very quiet here at Fenway. As it remains 6-0 as we head to the 5th. So Kemp will lead it off for the Bengals. Kemp 0 for 2 on the day. And it's going to be off his wheelhouse column there, the 3rd column. But thankfully, he just gets a piece of that one, got over the top of it, rolls it to Scott. Flips to Tiant for out number 1. So Tiant settling down the last 2+ innings here. Red Sox unable to get back into it, unfortunately. So Milt May 1 for 2 with a run scored. 6 column. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Oh, that's going to go off the screen first. Ground ball to short now with the next pitch. Burleson gets to it. Fires over to Scott. Beats him by a step. So 2 out in the Detroit 5th. Brings up Verizon, who's perfect 2 for 2 with a run scored. 1 column. And that's a liner to Burleson. He makes the catch. And Detroit goes in order in the 5th, so the Tiant settles down. And it remains 6-0 as we head to the halfway through, as we head to the home half of the 5th. Fisk to lead it off. Fisk 0 for 1 on the day. Rhule looks in for the sign, kicks and delivers. 5 column. And that's going to be a fly ball to left. Kemp is there, and he makes the catch for the first out of the 5th. Dwight Evans 0 for 1. Red Sox bat very quiet today off the 5 column. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Verizon has it. Over to Thompson. 5-3 on the putout for out number 2. So Hobson up now there now. Hobson 0 for 1 on the day. 6 column. And Hobson will get a hold of one here. That's going to go down the right field line into the corner. Ogilvy digs it out. Hobson will be in the second with a 2-out double. So it brings up Miller as 1 for 1 on the day. Red Sox could use a base hit here. start chipping away on the Tiger 6-run lead. So Rhule looks in for the sign, looks at the runner. He has to wind up in the pitch off the 6th column. And Miller's going to get a hold of one here, but he's a weak hitter. So unfortunately, that will be just a single. However, Hobson will come around to score the first Red Sox run. So if Miller had any power at all, that would have been out of here. But unfortunately, ends up being just a single. But the Red Sox will take it as they cut into the lead. Now 6-1. So Miller being held on by Thompson. Burleson up to the plate now, 0 for 2. See if he can keep the inning going here. 1 column. And he will as he draws the walk. So first and second with 2 down for Denny Doyle is 1 for 2 in the game. May will go out to talk to Rhule. Goes back behind the plate, sets up. He has to wind up in the pitch off the 5 column. And Doyle will get a hold of one here. Keeps the inning going. That's going to be a base hit past Thompson. Miller will come around to score. Burleson will leg it out to third. And the Red Sox with 2 runs. Now a 6-2 game. Runners at the corners. Tying run is on deck. Jim Rice, though, is up to the plate now. He's 0 for 2 on the day. See if Rice can keep the inning going. Here's the windup in the pitch. Gets off his wheelhouse column here. Oh, man. Gets the bad split there, though. And that's going to be a harmless fly ball to left. So Rice with a golden opportunity now to make this a 2 or 1 run game and is unable to do it. But the Red Sox do put up 2. And the fans are somewhat more optimistic now as it's now a 6-2 game. They could have made it a lot closer. Tiant back out there. Seems like a new man in now the last 3 innings. After giving up 6 runs in the first 2. So Rodriguez 1 for 1 with a double. That's going to be off the 3 column. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. Miller on the run. Makes the catch for out number 1. So scores from around the league. Oakland leading Milwaukee now 3-2. Kansas City leads the Minnesota Twins by 3, 8-5. The White Sox and the Angels knotted at 2. Yankees open up their lead against the Blue Jays 6-1. Baltimore blanking Cleveland 3-0. And Texas still leads Seattle. Well, leads Seattle now 1-0. So Mickey Stanley 2 for 3 with a double. 1 column. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. Burleson's up with it over to first. 2 up and 2 down in the Cleveland 6th. So Fuentes 1 for 2 up there now. Tiant trying to make this a 1-2-3 inning off the 1 column. And, ooh, just barely Doyle's able to get to it. And up to Scott to retire the side. So the Tigers go in order. And it remains a 6-2 game as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Red Sox looking to get back up there quickly. As they scored 2 runs last inning, looking to get back up there. It'll be Yastrzemski, Scott, and Fisk if anybody gets on. Evans, Yastrzemski 1 for 2 with a double. And it looks like that's going to be the day for Vern Rhule. So he can win it, but he cannot lose it. Up 6-2 now. So Grilli up there now. We saw him, I think, yesterday. Red Sox were able to get some success against him yesterday. So for the season, his ERA is 7.36 in 4 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and has allowed 2 homers. Yastrzemski in the box now against the righty Grilli. And it's going to be off the 3 column. And that's going to be a fly ball to right. Ogilvy is there, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the 6th. So Scott looking for his first hit of the day, 0 for 2 on the day. 2 column. And that won't get it done as it's a ground ball to Rodriguez. Fires over to first. 5-3 on the putout. So 2 up and 2 down in the Red Sox 6th. Fisk 0 for 2 on the day. 4 column. And caught strikeout swinging. And the Red Sox go quietly in the 6th. So it remains a 6-2 game as we head to the 7th. Tiant's still back out there. Let's see, somebody up and throwing in the Red Sox pen. Let's see who that is. I think it might be, I want to say Willoughby, but let's see. Looks like it's going to be, yep, Jim Willoughby is up and throwing in the Red Sox pen. So Rusty Staub up to the plate now, 2 for 3 with a homer. 3 column. That's a ground ball to Doyle. Over to first for out number 1. So Tiant up to 100 pitches now. Ogilvy 2 for 3 on the day. And he's going to draw the 1-out walk. And Zimmer pops out of the dugout. And it looks like he's going to pull Tiant, and Willoughby is going to come in. So Tiant's day is done. 6 1/3 inning, allowing 6 runs. You can lose it. You cannot win it. And he's responsible for the base runner, Ogilvy, at first. So Willoughby. Willoughby very good against lefties. So Willoughby comes in with a has not allowed an earned run so far. No record, no saves. Has pitched 3 innings, allowing 2 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. So Ogilvy gets his lead off first. Scott holding him on. Thompson up to the plate. Thompson 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the windup in the pitch. Ooh, and a ground ball to Hobson at third. He gets to it. Let's see what he does with it now. Over to second one. Back to first. Not in time. So 5-4 in the putout. And there's 2 down now with Thompson at first on the fielder's choice. So Steve Kemp 0 for 3 up to the plate now. Off the 1 column. And that's going to be a ground ball to Doyle. Over to Scott. And that'll do it for the Tigers in the 7th. So 7th inning stretch time here at Fenway. Let's take a look at the trivia question. As of 2022, who was the last Cardinals pitcher to throw a no-hitter? I'm going to say Darryl Kyle, maybe? That's my guess. Have you guys got a guess? There might be one after that, but take a guess. Here we go. Bud Smith, 2001. So I guess Darryl Kyle didn't. Or maybe he did it before. Bud Smith, 2001 versus San Diego. And this is of 2022. I'm pretty sure there was one either last year or the year before that Cardinals threw. Anyway, Red Sox come to bat here in the bottom of the 7th, trailing by 4. Bottom third of the order, Evans, Hobson, and Miller up against Grilly. And for his second inning of work. Evans hitless on the day. Here's the windup in the pitch. 3 column. And that's going to be a called third strike. So 1 up, 1 down for the Red Sox in the 7th. Hobson 1 for 2 with a double. 5 column. And he'll take a swinging strikeout. So 2 Ks for Grilly here in the 7th. Corners are going to play in for Miller, who's 2 for 2 with an RBI. And off the 1 column, sorry. And that's going to go for extra bases. That's going to be into the triangle. Bounces around. Stanley digs it out. Ogilvy digs it out, sorry. And Miller will be at third with a 2-out triple. So Miller with extra bases. Brings up Burleson. See if he can keep it going. 0 for 2 with a walk. Off the 4 column. And no, he takes a call. Third strike. Miller not happy with the call. Burleson. And Miller stranded at third. So the Red Sox strike out 3 times in the 7th. Sandwich around a triple. And we'll head to the 8th with the Red Sox down by 4. We'll be back up on the hill. He'll face bottom third of the Tigers order, May, Verizon, and Rodriguez. Made 1 for 3 with a run scored. Willoughby looks in for the sign. He has to wind up in the pitch off the 5 column. That's going to be a ground ball to Doyle. Gets to it. And makes the play over to Scott for out number 1. Tigers with 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Red Sox with 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. So Verizon 2 for 3 with a run scored up to the plate now. 6 column. Oh, and Verizon's going to get a hold of one here. But thankfully he has weak power. So he'll be held to a single by Yastrzemski. So 1 out base runner. Scott will hold him on. Brings up Aurelio Rodriguez. He's 1 for 2 with a double. Off the 6 column. And he'll draw the walk. So that'll push the Verizon into scoring position. So first and second with 1 down. Mickey Stanley 2 for 4 with a double. Off the 4 column. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle. See if they're going to send Verizon home. Nope. They hold Verizon at third and get a good jump. Good read on that one. Had to wait till the ball got through. And that will load the bases for Tito Fuentes. Corners are going to play in. Scott and Robson in on the grass. Fuentes 1 for 3 on the day. And that's going to be off the 1 column. And that's going to be a ground ball to Doyle. Over to second for 1. Back to first. Not in time as Verizon trots home with run number 7. Rodriguez moves to third. So they get the middle runner there. Oh, the runner on first, sorry. So, 7-2 now. As Tigers add to their lead. Rusty Staub 2 for 4 with a homer. Oh, and it's in the wheelhouse for Staub. And Staub, who's already gone long, is going to go long once again down the right field line into the corner. And gone. So Staub's third homer of the year, second of the game, will put this game almost out of reach now. 10-2 now as the Tigers have played at 4 here in the 8th off Willoughby. Nobody else warming in the pen. Looks like this is Willoughby's game. So Ogilvy 2 for 3 with a walk. Woo. And Ogilvy gets a hold of one here. Evans going back. Feels for the wall and leaps and makes the catch. So Evans robs Ogilvy of a homer. And that'll do it. Unfortunately, Detroit puts up a crooked number, 4 runs, and now have an 8-run lead, 10-2, as Fenway fans start filing out of the park. So Denny Doyle 2 for 3 with an RBI. Grilly back out there once again. And Doyle will strikeout swing for out number 1. Rice 0 for 3 on the day. Make that 0 for 4 as he's going to ground out to Fuentes at second. So that'll bring up Yastrzemski. He's 1 for 3 with a double. And Yastrzemski will strike out. So lots of strikeouts for Red Sox batters today. I think that was 6 strikeouts now for Grilly. So Willoughby back out to the 9th. Thompson will lead it off. Fly ball to center. Miller's there, and he'll make the catch. Steve Kemp hitless on the day. Draws the 1-out walk. That'll bring up Milt May, who's 1 for 4 with a run scored. 2 column. And that's a fly ball to right. Evans is there, and he'll make the catch. So 2 down now. So let's look at some scores from around the league. Here are the finals. Cleveland squeezed by Baltimore 5-3. New York is the winner over Toronto 6-2. Chicago edges out California 4-3. Kansas City topped Minnesota 8-5. Oakland easily defeats Milwaukee 8-3. Gross has hit his third home run for Oakland. Texas called Seattle, shutting them out 3-0. And Montague takes a loss, his second. Drops to 2-2. And Biles is the winner. Now 1-0. So 10-2 here in Boston as we have 2 outs with a runner on first for Verizon. Verizon having a good day, 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. 6 column. And that'll be a strikeout by Willoughby to end the inning. So the Red Sox down by 8 come out in the bottom of the 9th. Scott, Fisk, and Evans. Scott hitless on the day. And he'll remain hitless as he strikes out, I believe, for the 3rd time today. This time looking. So 1 down now for Fisk, also hitless on the day. And he'll reach base for the first time with a 1-out walk. Evans also 0 for 3 on the day. Thompson will play him back at Fisk. And Evans is going to get on for the first time today. That's going to be a base hit. And they'll hold all runners. Down by 8. So first and second with 1 down. For Hobson, 1 for 3 with a double. See if he can keep things going here. And that's going to be a fly ball to Ogilvy in right. He will make the catch as the runners will hold. So Red Sox down to their last out. Rick Miller, one of the few Red Sox who's having a good day today. He's 3 for 3 with a triple. Gurley looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that's going to get into the same spot he hit it last time. And that's going to score 2. And Miller will have his 2nd triple of the day. So Miller kind of in a bubble today. Is the only Red Sox having a great day. As it now is a 10-4 game. So if the Tigers hadn't have scored 4 in the 8th inning, this would have been a 2-run game. But unfortunately, still down by 6 here with 2 down. So Burleson up to the plate now. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. See if he can keep things going. And it's like Grilly's going to be replaced by Foucault. Foucault comes in with a 1-0 record and no earned runs allowed in 3 innings pitch with 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Here's the pitch to the Rooster. And this should do it as he hits one to center. Stanley's there. And he'll make the catch to end the inning. End the game. So the Red Sox fall to the Tigers as he did in real life. Unfortunately, in real life, it was a much closer game, 3-2. Tiant got hit hard in the first 2 innings, allowing 6 runs, which basically sealed the Red Sox fate there. So Rhule will get the win. He's 2-1 on the season. 5 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, 2 runs, both of them earned. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Gurley gets the hold. 3 2/3 innings, allowing 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. 1 walk and 7 strikeouts. So 10 strikeouts for Tiger pitching today. And Steve Foucault pitches the last third of the inning. Louis Tiant gets the loss. He toughed out 6 1/3 innings, allowing 11 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, and allowed a home run. ERA up to 5.27 now. Jim Willoughby goes 2 2/3 innings, allowing 3 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, also allowing a home run. ERA now up to 6.35. So the hitting stars for the Detroit Tigers, I think we're going to give it to La Grande Orange, Rusty Staub, who was 3 for 5 with 2 home runs. Yep, now has 3 on the season, 6 runs batted in. Mickey Stanley also had a good day, 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored, 2 runs batted in. And Tom Verizor chipped in with 3 hits and 2 runs scored. For the Red Sox, the only notable hitting star there was Rick Miller, as we mentioned earlier. He went 4 for 4 with 2 triples, a run scored, and 3 runs batted in the number 9 hole. Denny Doyle was the only Red Sox batter with more than 1 hit. He had 2 for 4 with an RBI. And Red Sox big hitters, Jim Rice, Scott Fisk, all with offers for the day. So that's it. As the Red Sox fall 10-4, record falls to 5-5. Here's the rest of the box score with the summary there, if you want to see that. Let's end the game and let's check and see the standings after Game 10. So after Game 10, the Red Sox fall to 5-5, move into a third-place tie with the Indians. Baltimore is in the lead still with 7-3 record. Yankees 1.5 games behind with a 6-5 record. Cleveland and Boston both 2 games out. Detroit moves up, now 6-7, 2.5 games out. Milwaukee 3 games out at 4-6, and Toronto in last place 4-9, 4.5 games out. The White Sox can stay in first with an 8-2 record. Kansas City, half game behind with an 8-3 record. The Twins are 8-5, 1.5 games out. California 8-6, 2 games out. Texas 4-6, 4 games out. Oakland 4-8, 5 games out. And Seattle in the basement 4-11, 6.5 games out. So the Red Sox will play tomorrow against the Tigers and try to go for the series win as they lead 2-1 in the series now. And this will be for a game from Thursday, April 21st. And the starters will be Dave Rozema for the Detroit Tigers against Reggie Cleveland for the Red Sox. So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. And this has been another game from the 1977 Red Sox replay using Strat-o-Matic 24 baseball. So take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next game. Bye-bye now.